maybe we can explore fear in terms of why we have it, where it comes from. And as soon as you start getting into that sort of thing, you're talking in the world of biology, and now you're talking in the world of science. And scientists tend to look at anything biological through the eyes of Darwin. So their question always is, what's this got to do with the survival of the species? And so when you come to fear, they raise the same kinds of questions. What's this got to do with the survival of our species? Why do we have fear? Why do any mammals have fear? Why do reptiles have fear, for that matter? And the reason is that it energizes us to action. And so maybe I'll explain this in a little bit more detail. We've been designed to survive, as all mammals have, all animals have. And that survival mechanism has to act reactively to our environment. And that's how we mostly behave, is through reactive behavior. In fact, neuroscientists tell us that all of our behavior is at least initiated by reactions to the experience that we're having around us. And this reactive behavior has three elements in it. It's what forms a belief. If you want to ask what a belief is, here's what a belief is. A belief is I have an experience, which means I see, hear, smell, taste, or feel something. But if I just have the experience of see, hear, smell, taste, or feel something, I haven't got any idea what to do with it. I can only know what to do with it if it has meaning. So I add meaning to it. Where does the meaning come from? I make it up. Right? And generally it's made up for survival reasons. As either this is good or this is bad. Well, in the world of survival, in the early stages of this, good was food and sex is over there, and I'm the food and sex. I mean, I'm the maybe I am the food and sex. I'm at least possibly the food from over here, and so I got to get the heck out of here. Well, what our evolution has also given us a gland called the amygdala, which sits in the unconscious brain. So all of this stuff is happening unconsciously. We aren't consciously aware of it, which then creates an emotion. And one of those emotions is fear. And fear, the fear emotion generated by amygdala turns on a whole bunch of hormones that turns the brain into an action-oriented thing that gets us the heck out of there in a hurry. Right? Modern world, there aren't that many tigers out there that are ready to eat us, but we still have the machinery. And what we see as threats to ourselves mostly isn't physical threats, although they still exist. We see a bus coming down the road at us, we jump out of the way, and that's a good thing. But most of the threats that are coming to us aren't physical. They're threats to our sense of who we actually are, or who we've created ourselves to be, our created sense of survival identity. And so when we see a threat come to our sense of survival identity, we have to jump out of the way. We have to avoid that. Well, now here's a person who is coming towards a point in their career where they have validated and built up their sense of identity through the business that they've created. And now they're having to wonder, should I let go of this? Well, what they're wondering is whether they should let go of all of that identity that goes with it. And that's a very scary process. That's a very huge threat to their sense of identity. And so they feel afraid of it. The sad thing is, it's not the truth of who they are. And when people can recognize the difference between their created sense of identity and the truth of who they are, they can let go of that, let go of the fear that goes with it, and then it becomes an much easier process to step out into something new.